Hello and welcome to Amethyst Star Crafting. My name is Jane Allmark and I'm a UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. And today we're looking at a celebration stamp set called Corner Bouquet, available from the 5th of January. And you've got two corner pieces and you've got a little leaf and a little flower. And it looks beautiful. I've done one as a silhouette with it just being black, which looks lovely. But today I thought we would try and colour it in. Now, you can do this on a block. However, if you don't get the colouring absolutely perfect and it doesn't come bright the first time, then it will make it a little bit difficult. So I'm going to try and put, I want to put something that's a bit sort of paler underneath so that you can actually see it better. In fact, I'm going to put, let me just look, because I want you to be able to see what I'm doing. Let me just get a piece of, I've got a piece of white that I can just put in underneath here, right, so you can then see it just a little bit clearer. So I thought that we would do some colouring with some blends. I've got it on the Stamparatus purely because it means that then we can do it a few times to get the colours that we want. So I've got some Stampin' Right markers. I've got a complete mixture here. And I'm going to just start with some of the flowers. And I'm going to do them in pink. Now, if you take your marker and you do it from the side and you just gently stroke it, it won't affect the actual marker. And what I'm going to try and do is to do the flowers on here. Let me move some of these out of the way. So these little flowers come in all over the place. It's quite a detailed one, and that's why I said to do it in just on the block. You can sometimes get it where it's not as bright as you would like it or as filled in. So I thought I would have a go at doing it with the blends. So I'm just literally going through on the flowers. And there's some in down on here. Another one in on here. There's all sorts of little flowers in between things, which makes it quite difficult to build up and to make sure that you've got all the colours sort of coming in. So I think we'll have a go with that first. And so I'm just going to put it down and press it down. Says me, I haven't got my table's a bit polished today. Okay, so we've got those pieces. Now you can see those bits down at the bottom haven't come out as clearly as we would like them. So we can take those ones and we can just go over some of them again and fill it in. Now this is something where to get it looking beautiful, you're going to have a little bit of patience. So I'm just going to put those back in and see that they come out. That's better. Now I'm going to do there's sort of some long ones here, which are going to come sort of slightly purpley. So there's one there. There's also another one down on there. So again, I'm just taking that one up. There's also a sort of an iris in here as well, which I think I'm going to do in an orange. And as I say, use whatever blends you've got to just take over the colour as you want them. So we'll have some orange in on here. And I think we'll have this one up here, which is a different type of flower, in on the orange. And we've also got these sort of empty flower sort of seed pods. So again, I'm going to do those in a brown. So there's a couple of those. Let's try and see where they come out. So we'll press that down and see. That's come out quite well. We might have just a little bit more just down on this one, because you can see once you start stamping it, you can see how it sort of comes down in on here. And I'm just going to actually take it down in onto there, and then on this one here, which was the little one, that needs to come just down a little bit more on there. So we're building it up as we go, but that's the nice thing about being able to do it a few times. Now we're going to take some greens, and this is going to be a difficult part because there's so much of the green in on here. So what I don't want to do is to take it so that it comes too much in on the flowers. So we're just filling it in on here and down on some of these pieces. And as I say, it won't be until I've stamped it that I will be able to see how well I'm doing. So I'm doing just half because you can huff on them, but I also just want to make sure that there's another flower in on there as well. So I'm just going to stamp half of that down. And you can see how it's starting to fill out, but there's still some more flowers in on here that I think I missed out on. So there's this sort of in the middle, and I'm not cleaning it up as I go because then I can see where I've sort of been. There's a bit of just sort of floweriness in on here, which I'm going to just take, which is just a little sort of round flower there. And once you start colouring it in, you can actually see where it starts to go. So that's that one. Now I need to do some more. You can see where it's coming up, but it's not quite as close to the edge as we want it. So I'm just going to very carefully start doing these ones right up to the top of the flower, and again just doing it on the sides. As I say, it is a job with a bit of patience, but I just wanted to show you that if you wanted to colour in all of the flowers and make it like a beautiful bouquet, you can see if you coloured it in with the markers and just did it once, you might not necessarily get it as perfect as you would like. So by doing it this way, you have a chance of getting it just a little bit more accurately. And it's the sort of thing I would probably do maybe once or twice. I don't think I would do it too often because it is something that does take a bit of time. It depends how much patience you've got. If you're somebody who's got a lot of patience, then you know it makes it a lot easier. So let's have a look and see how that's come out. Press that one down again. That's starting to look all right, but we've got a space in through in here that's just not coming out quite as well as it should. So let me just take this piece in on the center, which is here. So these bits just haven't come out as well as I would like. These are coming in quite nicely. And again, you can, if you want to, is to take different colours in there. So let's try and get this piece in on the middle here. Need to just do a little bit of easing to make sure that it's down right where we wanted. Now there's a little bit of a blob bit on here. Let me just give it a bit of an extra press. It's not coming out quite on there, is it? So where was that? Is that, aha, that's because there's another sort of flower in here that I haven't taken. So let's try getting this flower in here, which is right down on here. So I'm just going to do this one in that purple, because that's right in the middle, isn't it? Let's have a look and see. Ah, that's why, because there was a little flower in there. There's also another little flower next to that one there. So I've got that one in pink. There's another one next to, so there's this one and this one. And I might just do the bottom of a couple of these to just give a bit of extra depth. So I'm just blending a few colours in together. Now we've got something next to here that is, so let's have a look and go, that's that. Maybe it's this one up here, that comes down on there. Aha, it's up on this side, isn't it? So that's that one, that's that one. These are where they are. Okay, so we've got some of these in down on here. So I'm just doing these just a little bit. So you can see the difference where your green is and where the colour is. And we'll put that in. Just got a little bit of green there that's just not coming through. Let me see if that's because I haven't coloured that bit in green yet. So it's down by this one, and you have to work out what comes opposite and what comes the other direction. So I'm trying to take these bits in here where there was this little bit of a gap. See if that'll take it. That's better, that's filled that piece in. So you can see you've taken your card and you've filled in all of the little bits to just sort of give it a different colour tone. And it is fiddly, I'm not saying that it isn't. I'm just going to literally clean this off carefully. I've got a bit of wet wipe as well as my stamping scrub, which I will now do it with. But it's given a really nice coloured sort of tone on there. It's a way of doing it that is easier than trying to do it on the block and colouring, unless you're exceptionally good at colouring. But let's take this one out now. Slide that magnet off, and I can put that out of the way, and then we can have a look at it in on here. So I would then put that onto a background. Excuse my mucky surface, I was doing something earlier on and I've still got that on there, but it does make it look very pretty. And let's just put it on a very simple, I can do grey, I think would probably look quite nice. I quite like the smoky slate for backgrounds. So we can put it on like that. And then you can choose whatever sort of sentiment you want in on there. So, yeah, choose whatever you want. I'm not going to, I'll do it before I post the picture. But I just wanted you to see that you can get quite a lot of beautiful sort of colour tones in on there, and make a pretty card by colouring it all in. I will do some other ideas. We're going to try it with some sponge daubers and see how that looks. But for today's card, there we go, a way of colouring it in. So hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. As always, stay safe, stay well and be kind. Bye-bye.